It started in college. That's where I met my girlfriend, Kathy. She was a freshman in college and I was a senior. And we found out that we had mutual friends. We're both from the same hometown. And we became best friends, sisters, and we knew each other for 16 years. I was in her wedding. She went to mine. While she was married to Jeff, she had met this man, Peter. He was working as a security guard where she worked. And while she was married to Jeff, she had an affair with Peter. Subsequently, that caused the divorce with her husband, Jeffrey, and continued the relationship with Peter and had another child, Ryan. What caused the problem was she found out that Peter was living a double life and he had another family stashed away. It was like an hour from where she was living. He had a wife who knew nothing about Kathy, and Kathy knew nothing about the wife. So Peter went up, she called the wife and said, "Hey, I've been having a relationship with your husband for 5 years and I have 2 children with him." I got a phone call from my brother and he told me that my girlfriend, Kathy, had been murdered. And at that point, I just remember asking him about the boys. I said, "Are the boys okay? Are they with their grandparents?" And there was a very long pause from my brother, and he said, "The boys were killed too." And that's when I completely lost it and started yelling and screaming and punching the walls, and anger like I've never felt and hopefully never ever feel again in this lifetime, because I was so angry. She let him into the house. It was probably about 11:30 at night. While she was sleeping, he strangled her. And then he went into the room and took, I'm assuming, baggies, like gallon-sized baggies that would fit over the boys' heads. And just while they were sleeping, they smothered. I hated him very, very much. That's where I have a hard time dealing with forgiveness and bitterness. I pray a lot about letting it go, and I've tried really hard to just put it in God's hands, because it's not my decision what happens to him. If he's in heaven when I die, then it's like, obviously God forgave him, who's got more power than I do. I can't judge him. I try not to do that. I find myself now reading the Bible more and asking God to help me get through this. If you don't forgive, if you don't forgive and let it go, it will eat you alive. And that's one thing I do remember, is just angry all the time. And I had a baby and I had a 2-year-old, and I regret sometimes their early years because I was angry at everything. And that's, when I look back at it now, that's pretty much all I can remember, is just being angry. And therefore, you know, here's 2 sweet children, and their first couple of years on earth, and here they have a mother who's a screaming maniac. And it's mainly because I was depressed and angry, and if you don't let go of that anger, it will definitely eat you alive.